Hey. Let's get things rolling. Let me get my gameplay down a little bit. Figured I'd serenade you with the sounds of Shapez. See, hopefully that's still kind of pumping in the background a little bit. What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. Ooh, I'm off center. I should be over here, shouldn't I? Man, I've been moving my studio around, making stuff happen. Hopefully everything is looking nice. I will work on... Oh, me not being centered. That is going to drive me crazy. Oh, boy. All right, I'm going to stand over here for a minute. I'm just going to stand over here for a minute. When I play games, I'm moving 3 inches to the right. I'm just letting you know. Happy Thursday. Look at that. Look at that. We made it to Thursday. Let's see. What's happening right now? We got wifey out of town. So that's happening. We got the 2 kitties that were cat sitting. They're roaming around being cats. And got a puppy hanging out somewhere. Sounds like someone is using a litter box. So, you know, fun stuff. Fun stuff happening at Everyone Loves Math headquarters. But, yeah, let's see. Hi, I'm Joey. This is my show, Monday through Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern. Hop online and do this thing. So let's talk about what this thing is, and then we'll get into some stuff. So let's see. Man, it always does this. Sometimes. You know what I mean? All right, so let's load that again. Okay, you tell me why it's doing this. I'm gonna go. Maybe if I click that, there we go. That's good enough. Hey, look, I have a website. My website's everyonelovesmath.com. Go to that website. You love it. You'll love this website. If you go to this website, you could book me as a tutor. You can click that tutoring button that's right there. That's not working on my browser right now, but it totally does work. You can have me as a tutor. I would love to be your tutor. I tutor everything up through like Calc 1. I can do a little bit of intro to stats as well. But yeah, man, come visit me. I'm there. Let's see. Outside of that, let's see. What do we do? So, oh my gosh, the off-center view. If I mess with this right now, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bad scene. All right. So just pretend there's something wrong with your setup, not with my setup. Okay. So let's see. What do we do here? So we play games because it's Twitch, you know, and I like games. I like games as much as I like my forehead being shiny. So yeah, we play games, but that's not why we're mostly here. We're mostly here to do some math. So, here's what's up. Look at that. Right down here, the Everyone Loves Math hotline. So 727-371-6464. It goes to my phone right there. What's up, Flash? So if you've got questions, you put them in, you can take a picture of your question, send it through the hotline. We do it. You want to just put it in chat? You can put a question in chat as long as you can type it. Then we'll do it together. And when we don't have questions to do, then we play some video games. So that's really the story. All right, let me see. Can I fix this? Okay, there I am. Right, that's me. Do I have to adjust my mask? I think that's what I have to do. All right, check this out. Here we go. Oh yeah. Look at me. Now who's centered? And then I slide myself back over here. Oh, look at that. Look who's fixing stuff on the fly and getting centered. That's me. Flash, how are you doing, man? How's life? Let's see here. Let's bring my chat back up so I can actually see you answer that question. Yeah, man. Welcome. So, let's see. Good, tired. Yep. Oh, wrong Zoom link. Dude, you got to get the Zoom link, man. Well, let's see. So, what do I got? Let me just show you what I got. I got a whiteboard. We can do math on the whiteboard. We can totally do it. It's right here. I can write on it. And if you got a math question, we can work it out together. It's going to be great. I also always have Desmos loaded up. So there's Desmos for any of our graphing or calculating needs. So those are things that are available to us. And yeah. You want to see this? Let's see. Yeah, grab a problem. You know what to do. Grab a problem, send it to me. I might start up this video game. But when you send me a problem, just let me know in chat, and we'll get right to it. Oh, what game? Well, I'm glad you asked. It is this game. So I should tell you, I am a very large. I'm very large. No, I'm not a very large. I'm a very big Giant Bomb Nextlander fan, and so one of my favorite. I don't even want to call him a streamer. I feel bad, Vinny. One of my favorite streamers, Vinny, was playing some Shapes the other day, and it looked like a Joey game. And so I went ahead and made the decision to play the demo last night. The demo shreds, and so now we've got the full game. And so what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to start it over again. And so I'm gonna delete my unnamed save. That was my save from the demo, and we're gonna just start over and play this game. So let's do it. So this game is cool. This game is a cool game for cool people. So what they got is we got the tutorial down here on the bottom left, and then what I've learned is that there's all kinds of business all around here, right? All kinds of business. So here's the hub. This is where we want to deposit stuff. All right. And then we can tell that this is like the circle land over here. I see some stuff where circles are happening. I see some stuff where squares are happening. I see green and some red. So here we go. What they want us to do, and I'm trying to get the shortcuts and everything in here. So what they want us to do is they want us to lay down, I think place multiple is shift. So we're going to lay down some of these extractors, and then we're going to, this is where I get all freaking twitchy. Then we're going to conveyor belt these bad boys. Let's get them. We're going to conveyor belt these bad boys into the hub to be able to fulfill the requests. How about that? How do you like me now? All right, so right now this is not that fast, but there are upgrades to make the pretty much everything go faster. So I could, if I wanted to, bust out. Yeah, it was cool. I could bust out another extractor, but there we go. I got my level 1. So now we're going to do a cut. So this cuts from top to bottom. And now it wants, so what I learned from yesterday is now it's asking for the left side of circles. So what I learned is you don't always delete everything, but sometimes you kind of should. So let's bust this out. Let's rotate it, and then I think, is it T or so I don't think I unlocked T yet to mess with the orientation. I thought T was orientation. Okay. So what I can do is I can drop this here. That's going to cut into 2 areas. Or that's going to cut the circle into 2 pieces. One of the pieces gets trashed. And then the other piece, which are just the left sides, can go up into the, into that thing. All right, so now we can just do this again, right? Was that a 4? A 5. There we go. So we'll do another one. We'll get that conveyor belt going. Boom. I think we want the left one. Yep. And then the right one, I think is that an 8? 7, 6. What number is that? Is that a 0? 0 is the trash. So we'll put a trash there, and that'll get rid of them. So yeah, we're just getting started. I could make another lane of this. But I'm kind of feeling like, you know, we can let it roll for now. I don't mind letting it roll. Oh, I guess maybe it wanted us. It said place 2 more cutters. All right, maybe it wanted 3 cutters. Okay. Now we get some upgrades. Speed up that conveyor belt. Let's do it. Cool. Okay. Next up, now we need the squares. We need squares. So let's do, we need extractors first, right? Extractors, those are 4s. We're going to rotate them. And then we're going to, it wants us to build 4 of them. So I kind of think, oh, shift. We're going to shift with them. We're going to build them there. Then let's bust out the old conveyor belt and get those moving in like so. All right, we'll get this moving. Aha! This is where my pro mouse skills leave a little bit to be desired. I'm not gonna lie. No reason for me to lie. Not gonna lie. All right, let's get this back on the right path, shall we? All right. I still have 1 more extractor that's not being used. So let's get that up and around. Oh, we be so careful. There we go. That's gonna... Look at that. We're just making the magic happen now. We're delivering so much stuff. You never thought to deliver all this stuff, did you? It's got that kind of Balatro music going on in the background. That kind of thinking music. You know, for doing some thinking. Oh, I like that. Boom. Okay. So now this one. The balancer can split and merge items onto multiple belts. So it can, yeah. This one's a little strange, but that's okay. All right. So now we want the right half. Yeah, sounds good. We want the right half of this thing. So is that that's a 5. Okay. So let's rotate our cutter and do boom. Let's see here. This gives us the left half. So I think we want the left half to go in the trash, the right half to go on the conveyor belt. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's do that. So that's just 1. We need to unlock 70 of them, so we need to be doing a little bit more here. So I am going to, let's get one of those. Let's place it here. Right. And that'll at least create some. So now we're moving. Maybe we do another one. Let's see. Rotate them. Let's see. This one's not giving me anything, right? It's giving me the left ones. So I can, where's my 1? Just put a, oh, no, 0. Put a garbage can right there. Right. There we go. So now we're doing okay. You know, we're moving. You know, I should probably get a little more efficient. But the game, tis early. Tis early. Yeah. This game has been rocking. This game rocked my socks last night. Alright. Now we get the rotator. Okay. So, shift is multiple. Alt is invert orientations of belts. Control and drag is select an area. Okay. Alright, so now we want the rotator, which, is that a 6? Yeah. And now let's rotate the rotator, because we want the top half of a circle. We might need another one here. Actually, I think we might have to rotate 3 times. Do that old trick, right? Oh wait, that gives me the bottom half of a circle. Okay. Is that already doing what I wanted? Yeah, that's the top half of a circle. Okay. Let's see. 5, 6. Let's see. Is one more rotation going to do us here? Nope, that gets us upside down. So maybe I rotated way too many times. I think it's just one rotation. Okay. Now the other thing I can do is these are no longer garbage, because now I can just rotate these. You know what I'm saying? So let's put some rotation in that. See what happens. Alright, so this is the one I might need 3 to do the rotate, 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 right? Alright, let's conveyor belt this thing. Yeah. Yeah, we rotate. Alright, this looks like a 3 rotates. Future value, present value, implied interest rate, and number of periods. Yeah, that's just all the exponential Flash. That's all the exponential stuff that you've done before. Yeah, that's not gonna blow your mind. Right. Is that gonna do us? There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we're gonna start ticking up. I'm feeding all kinds of upper half of circles to this thing. Yep. Send them on down, man. We'll take a look at them. You drop them in the hotline? All right. I got tunnel capabilities now. It's pretty dope. Okay. So now this one we gotta cut. This is some more cutting here. So let's see. We're going to, so this is where be sure to destroy the other part. Okay. Yep, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, okay. This is where I get a little crazy, where like, okay, now I want things to be like really dope. So I'm gonna try to set us up for success here. So I'm actually gonna paint. I think you're not supposed to like undo all your progress, but you know what? Sometimes I'm gonna put that there. Do I have orient? So I can rotate, but I think eventually it unlocks how to change the orientation. I think that's the T button. So let's see. So we're gonna put that there. That's gonna be my southern route. So let's get this thing moving. Oh, Joey. All right. Oh, I can't cut it twice right away because I have to rotate it or else it won't cut. All right, we're learning. We're learning. Let's see. All right. Oh, and I need a garbage can right there for now. Okay. So now if I throw a little rotation on there, now it should be cutting them. There we go. Now we just got to get the proper rotation. We need the upper right. Let's see. That's upper right. This is lower left. Let's see. That's upper left. All right. 3 lefts to make a right. Okay. So now that we've done that, let's come out of our deal here, right? Let us put a rotation in here, and then a cut'ems right here, and convey these up into here. But I have to adjust. One of them is oriented correctly, but this one needs a little rotation. Look at that. There we go. This is moving quicker, right? Okay, so let's see here. we can do this again, right? So we can come out of here. Oh, I might need to come out of here and over to there. And then let's get a Chop'ems, right? And then let's come out of the Chop'ems. Let's see here. Where do I need to go? I rotated. I chopped. Now I need to orient, right? So let's see. Let's back these up. Let's see here. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Let me get scissors there. Oh, I might need to go up again. Boop, boop. Mm-hmm. All right, there we go. Oh, hi, kitty. There's a kitty meowing. Kitty cat meowing. All right, let's see. We're having a bad time here. We're having a bad time. Let's see. Let's take that. We're cutting it. We're rotating it, and then we're cutting it, and then we need to rotate it again. Yeah, it's definitely similar to Factorio, right? Oh, I need a garbage right here. Let's see. Is that gonna give me the... Alright, that ain't gonna... It doesn't like that. So let's just connect those, and then let's get a rotator maybe... here? There we go. Alright. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a Factorio-ish, right? Kinda. Okay, so now we've got the capability to paint. And the painting is pretty rad. So, let's try this. Control and click to select all of it. And then what? Can I hit the backspace? How do I can hit X to cut? Or del to delete. Do I have a delete? Yeah, delete. Boop. There we go. Okay. So now I gotta remember how the paint works. There. T now, I can use T to cycle variants. That's what I want. Okay. So, I'm gonna set this up here. Right there. We gotta get this party started first. So we're gonna extract. We're gonna send this guy into here, right? Rotate. We're gonna extract from this. Send this guy into there. And then we're going to come out of here and into there. Alright, so that's how that works. So let's try it again here. Except we got to be careful with... I'm going to go maybe turn up one here. And then tunnel. There we go. So that'll tunnel underneath. Alright, and then we'll get a paint boy to go right here. We're going to need an extractor. Yeah, Flash, I'm ready for you whenever you are. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at me. So last night when I did this, I felt like I don't want to say I was doing it wrong. That seems mean, but, haha, yeah. Hey man, I'm good at distracting. What can I say? Alright, so we're going to put one there. We're going to get the painter. Let's get the painter right here. Or we need to extract from here. Yeah, so Yeah, this game definitely has like a je ne sais quoi to it. I think this game is pretty cool. I'm kind of feeling it, right? Um, so I think now tier 2, so I can't upgrade that yet. All right, no upgrades yet. We're now booking. The only problem is now we kind of either have to keep building or like we wait it out. You know what I mean? So, or we completely lose where my mouse is. Hello, mouse. Okay. So let's see. It's always that question of like, all right, if I build another one, will I have enough time? Or will the extractor have worked by then? So let's do another one. Let's do that. All right. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's let's hit this next. What hotkeys the painter? Oh, 9. So let's get this wrapped, right? And then we'll take a look at your problem. All right. If I can figure this out. Watch me be so terrible. Like, yeah, we'll look at your problem right after I'm done with mine. Ha 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 ha. Okay, no, we totally will. Here we go. Come in there. We're popping out here. Here we come. We're making this turn. But we're going to pop under there again. Come out here. Okay. Oops. I think that needs to move up one, doesn't it? And then we'll go here. Right? And then we'll come out of here, into there, out of there, into there. Alright. That'll speed us up a little bit, right? Slightly. Slightly. Okay, while that's working, let me... Oh, man, I'm running 2 mouse life, too. Alright, let me load up the Everyone Loves Math hotline. Let's see what's happening with Flash's problems. Alright. Let's see here. Okie dokie. I'm getting us set up. You just watch those numbers tick up. Alright, let's see here. What do I need to do? What do I need? I need to download these. Boom. Open them up. Boom, boom. Boom. Bring this one here. There we go. There's one of them. I'll grab the other one. Am I at 300 yet? Nope. Okay. I just kind of like this music playing in the background, you know? All right. So let's go to open board. There we go. And let's take a look at some math, which is, you know, kind of why I'm here, right? So this is Flash's problem. I'm going to try to blow it up here. So we got present value. We've got the number of years that you're, let's say we're investing. All right. And okay, so Flash, did they give you, I think I remember this from last time. Did they give you a formula? Is this a simple interest or is this compound interest? You got to find that in the instructions. Right. Yeah, it's business finance, but is it when we're calculating interest, it kind of depends on which formula we're using. So since this is in the beginning of the semester, I don't know if they're asking you to do which formula. Yeah, so I wanted to say it was like there was like a formula. Let me see if I can remember what we looked at before. It could be like interest equals the principal times rate times time. Or it's a formula where it's like A equals what was this? The principal times 1 plus okay, future. There we go. That's okay. There we go. There's the formula we're looking for. So let me write that down. Okay. So the formula you found is future value right, equals the present value times 1 plus r, and yeah, and t the number of periods. Yeah, 1 plus the rate. Okay, and that t is not an exponent, right? In this formula, I think t is just multiplied. Okay. So if that is our formula, then let's totally take advantage of that to do it. Okay. So do you want to start by? It's hard to see. It looks like a tiny t. Yeah. Let me actually double check. I want to double check to see if that's supposed to be an exponent. Okay. I'm. Let's see. PV plus RD. All right. So future value. Yeah, I think we're looking at an exponent t. I think that's what it's supposed to be. You sent me how it looks. Okay. Let's look. I'm gonna look. This is me looking right now. Alright. Ooh, it's loading. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an exponential t. Right? Because you would do... Yeah. It should be, right? Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, dude. You gotta get at this teacher. Oh, dude. That teacher needs some... Dude. Yeah, it's an exponent t. But wow, that teacher's PowerPoint skills. I'm not gonna get at him too bad, but holy goodness. Okay, so we're gonna start by filling out this middle this table, right? Okay, so let's do this table. If yeah, so it says let's see. How am I going to fit all this? Let's zoom out, maybe. We'll zoom out a little bit. Put this in the corner. We've got this. Okay. There we go. And now we're going to do some writing. How's this? Is this going to be thick enough if I write like that? That's a little skinny, isn't it? Maybe I'll go thickums. Okay. So let's deal. Once you have a formula, and so one of the things in business finance is one of those big like, yo, what is the formula? So there's going to be a lot of formula talk. But yeah, for that first box, so what we're talking about right now is this first box right there where the first future value. So we're going to write future value equals the present value, which is 3150, times the interest rate, and we need to write that as a percent. So we could write 1 plus 0.13, but I'm just going to put it as 1.13, right? Because that's what it is. And then we're doing it for 7 years. So how about that? How about that to put in? And of course, you can use your calculator, but you know I'm going to tell you to use Desmos, because Desmos is the best, right? Why wouldn't we use Desmos? You love it. I love it. Let's use it. So the only thing is I have to remember all these numbers. But if we go to Desmos, let's see. And I even, look at me, I even got, where's this? Haha! I built a zoom in one. So what do we got for Desmos here? Let's get him down here. Dude, how about that Desmos, right? How about it? It like does it for us, man. So, ooh, I gotta adjust my little view there, don't I? Yeah, let me adjust my view here. Welcome, Scientist. Scientist is a Desmos fan, so that's someone of discerning tastes. I'm way into that. Alright, there we go. So how about that for the first one? All right. No problem. I'm here. Write it down. Write it down. Yeah, and if you're just joining us, I'm Joey. This is Everyone Loves Math. We've been, I'll pop it over here. We've been playing a little Shapes, but we play games when there's not math problems. And when there's math problems, we stop and do them. Pretty much anything up through like Calc 1-ish, you know. I was a high school teacher for a good long time. And yeah, that's more in my wheelhouse. Okay, so we got that one. Great. Hey, kitty cat. Oh, there's a kitty behind me. I might have to show you all the kitty behind me. Okay, next up is the next one. The blank is under the present value. So we're going to fill out everything except the present value. So let's go ahead and do it. The future value is 17,328. And that has to equal the present value. Oh, I didn't go back here. There we go. So, the future value, 17,328, is the present value, which is unknown, times 1.07, right? Because we're adding 7% to 1. And then we need to raise that to the 15th power. All right, so for that second blank, all I did was I copied the formula exactly. The only difference is that where they gave me a number, I put in a number. All right. So, Flash, tell me you're cool with this. Tell me this makes sense. Yeah. Yep. So I will tell you, business finance is going to be a whole lot of plug it in, basically. Right? I mean, that's a whole lot of what you're going to do. For better and for worse, business finance should have like a bunch of formulas. And so probably one of the hardest parts is going to be keeping those formulas straight. Yep, plug and chug. Scientist knows what's up. So what I would recommend, Flash, is that in that business finance, start making a list of those formulas and thinking about, maybe even put in there when you have to use them. All right, so for this one, we got to solve an equation here, because here's the present value. And that's just one thing, even though it's two letters, right? PV. So we want to get that by itself. So we're going to divide away this 1.07 to the 15th power, right? If we divide both sides by 1.07 to the 15th power, then we're going to be Gucci, right? Because those 1.07s are going to cancel. And then all we got to do is stick the left side of this into Desmos. All right. So let's go ahead and do it. And let's see if I can remember all these numbers. Here we go. Was it 17,328? Well, I'll check that. And then 1.07 to the 15th power, right? Oh, and let me give you my zoomed in view. So it looks like we're starting with $6,280.46 if we plugged in everything correctly. All right, I'll delete that first one. Yeah, man, if it's a plug and chug, we should celebrate those, because those are going to be like, thank you. Every day of the week. Thank you, business finance, for giving me a formula and then asking me to do that formula bunch. Yeah, you can do it, man. You can do it. All right. Yep. You got to write out them notes. Ready. All right, let's go to the next one. Boom. Okay, I'm going to erase this, give myself some room, okay? All right, normally I wouldn't do that, but it's the table. What do we got to do? Okay, so now we need to find the interest rate. These are going to get a little tougher, but that's okay. We got this. So if the interest rate is the thing that's missing, then they must have given us everything else. So what do we got? The future value, I don't like red. Don't like red. Okay, 1381 equals the present value, which is 715, times, let's see, 1 plus the rate, so I'm going to use R, to the 11th power. All right, there we go. Fun, fun, fun. All right. So, oh, I'm still getting used to my zoomed in. I'm sorry. I'm writing it and then wondering why I'm not hearing from you. Forgive me. Forgive me, good sir. All right. So tell me if that's looking okay. Right? Future value, present value, number of years. The only thing we don't know is the interest rate. Okay. So, with this problem, we want to get R by itself, and what we're going to do is we're going to think for just a minute about how this equation was built so that we can undo it. So, roll with me for a minute. I can point to the R. There it is. It's right there. I know, because it's in parentheses, that the first thing in this equation that happens to the R is the R gets added by 1. Right? That's a +1 inside the parentheses. So in my mind, I'm just saying, all right, add 1 was the first thing that happened. After R was added by 1, then that thing was raised to the 11th power. I know that because exponents come before multiplying. So again, to tell the story, R was added by 1 and then raised to the 11th power. The final thing that happened was that thing was multiplied by 715. So this, to me, even though it doesn't look like it, this is, or it might not look like it, this is a 3-step problem, right? There's a +1 raised to the 11th power and then multiplied by 715. So what we need to do is we need to do the opposite of those 3 things in the opposite order, right? We're going to take stuff off, starting with the outside. So the very last thing that happened in this problem was that multiply by 715. So what we're going to do first is we're going to divide both sides by 715. So let's do it. All right, now, of course, that allows the 715s on the right to cancel out. We want that to happen. We want to get R by itself. So we get excited when things get simpler. All right, so what are we going to have? Well, I'm not going to put this in my calculator yet, because I don't want to round in the middle of a problem. So I'm going to leave that disgusting fraction as is, because it doesn't hurt to write it. Like, it ain't that bad. So boom, let's do that. All right, so we peeled off that multiply by 715. Remember, it was a 3-step problem. Now there's only 2 steps. We can again look at the story. R is being added by 1, and then raised to the 11th power. So the next thing we need to do is peel off this raised to the 11th power, and we need to do the opposite of raising something to the 11th power. And that is take the 11th root. So I'm going to put a little 11 up in the corner there. We're not taking the square root, we're taking the 11th root. Because taking the 11th root undoes raising to the 11th power. Which means on the right, I will be left with 1 plus R, and on the left, we're going to have this disgusting thing. All right, that's the 11th root of 1,381 715ths. All right. I think just for the 11th root, I just lost a viewer. That's your fault. It's your fault for the 11th root. 1 viewer down. I saw it. Okay. Finally, we're going to get rid of this +1. We're going to -1 on both sides. Now, subtracting 1 is going to leave us with just R on the right. And on the left, we have this disgusting square root, take away 1. So I'm going to write this disgusting square root, take away 1. 1381 over 715. These are not like terms. We are not going to combine those. We are just going to write it. Okay? So so we got that. Dude, hopefully I'll find out, man. I want to find out what a 1,000 viewer math stream is. I think I don't know. I might have to show more skin for a 1,000 viewer math stream. I got to build up my confidence. Or was that a riddle? That sounds like a riddle. Yeah, if you know, let me know, man. Show a alligator. Are alligators big on Twitch right now? All I've got is I've got a kitty cat. It's real furry. Okay. You know what? I'll think about it. I'll think about an alligator. Okay, so guess what, Flash? We've solved this equation. We have R by itself. The only thing is that this sure looks disgusting. So what I'm positive your professor wants is to stick this into Desmos, and let's see what this interest rate is approximately. All right. Here we go. And my short-term memory is failing me, so I'm gonna take a picture of this. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Still totally with it. Listen. Will Desmos accept it? Let's find out, man. Desmos ain't scared of an 11th root. So you might have to go. You could go down and find the nth root in the function thing, because I forget what that is. But where is that? It's somewhere in here. There is a shortcut for it. So I did the nth root. I'm going to put 11 up there as the index of the root. Inside, we're going to do that disgusting fraction, which was whatever it was. 1,000. Oh, let's get back up in there. So inside this, the 11th root is going to be a fraction. Hello? A fraction. And then let me just peek back over here. 1381 over 715. 81 over 715. And then outside of this big disgusting fraction, we're going to subtract 1. How about that? Desmos ain't scared of it. Flash, make sure that that -1 is outside of the radical, right? You don't want to be taking the 11th root of that, right? That, because we had the 11th root of that ugly fraction, then -1. But look at that. Desmos did it instantly. Desmos doesn't care. And if you look at this number, it comes out to 0.062-ish. So we can say that's like 6.2% interest. If they want it rounded to the nearest percent, that's 6% interest. We knew we should have known that that was going to come out as a decimal, because the other ones we had to use decimals for the interest rate. All right, but I'm going to hold up here, see if you got a question. And if not, we'll keep it pushing. Yeah. So I would say if it doesn't say about rounding, use your judgment. To me, looking at that, I would probably put 6.2%. That sounds, I don't know, that sounds good to me. But really, like on a test or something, the professor definitely should tell you how to round it. Yeah. Do you see why it's 6.2? The decimal is 0.0616. So 0.06 is 6%. So that would be 6.16%, which is like 6.2%. Yeah, we're moving the decimal. Exactly right. Yeah. Yeah, to go from a decimal to a percent. Move the decimal 2 places. Yep. No probs. No probs. Okay, let's see. All right. I think we got like one more to go or something from the table, right? So let's do that one. I think that one is the hardest one. I'm trying to remember which one is the hardest. Let's look. Because this one is the one with the years. The years missing should be the hardest. All right. So like I said, this final blank has the years missing. All right, so let's go back there. Boom, boom. Okay, so what are we going to put in? We're going to do future value, which is 873. That's going to equal the present value times 1.09, because it's 9% interest, to the t. Right? There we go. All right, let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready. Ow! On our way to 1,000. We're on our way to 1,000. Slowly but surely. Okay. So in this one, I don't wanna hide this from you, Flash. This is gonna be something that you're gonna remember from last semester that you might not be thrilled with. So this problem, it's really weird, right? So we just did 3 of these, and they all kind of, man, my hair. They all kind of felt the same. They didn't feel super crazily different, and they weren't. This one, because of where the variable is, this one's a little different. So we're gonna have to solve it just a little differently. So check this out. Look at where the variable is in this problem. This is the first time today that the variable is in the exponent. Variable in the exponent. What that means, when the variable is in the exponent, this is an exponential equation. And guess how we solve exponential equations? Do you remember what the opposite of exponents are? Because we have to undo, right? This whole thing is about undoing. What is the opposite of an exponent? See if you remember from last semester. There it is. All right, if anybody else wants to take a guess, I think there might be some folks in here that know. The opposite of exponent. What are we going to say? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, my lag can't be that bad. Yeah, so, yo, dude, it's logarithm. The opposite of exponent is the logarithm. So, in this problem, if we're going to tell the story of what's happening to t is trapped up in an exponent. Yup. T is trapped up in an exponent, and then that thing is multiplied by 195. So at least in the first step, we don't have to touch the exponent. We're going to divide by 195 on both sides. Remember, our goal is to get t by itself, and so by dividing by 195, we're getting closer to having t by itself. Just not maybe as close as we want just yet. I'm going to leave a little space here because I know it's coming, and we really don't need parentheses because there's only one operation happening. All right, let me scroll down to give us some room. All right, so that's what we get just by peeling off that 195 away from the t. So at this stage of the game, if we want to get t out of the exponent, then we know we have to bring in the logarithms. We can use base 10, remember, which is just the log. We can use base e if we want to be all cool about it. But if I remember, last year we were using base 10. So let's use base 10 and take the log base 10 of both sides. Okay, and remember, when it's base 10, I mean, I can write it all tiny down there, right? But we normally don't write the base when it's base 10. We just write it as log. Now, the log base 10 is not the opposite of 1.09 to the t. But if you remember from last semester, taking the log of both sides allows us to use that bring it down rule over on the right. So here's what the next step looks like. And it's early in the semester, so this is one of those things where, hopefully they don't catch you with not knowing logarithms. So officially, that would be the next step. And it might bug you that the 1 doesn't look like a 1. There we go. Look at that. I made them 1s. Okay. So in that step, by taking the log of both sides, we were able to use that bring it down logarithm rule. All right, so we took that t in the exponent and brought it out in front as multiplication. Now, last semester, you and I practiced that. So that doesn't get t by itself, but at least now we know how to get t by itself. Currently, t is being multiplied by the log of 1.09. So I'm going to divide both sides by the log of 1.09. That's going to allow those to cancel. And then, my man, we got to put this whole thing into Desmos. And you got to type it super careful. That whole thing goes into Desmos. And I'm going to do it too. All right. Okay. You can try it. Try it and don't look up. How about that? And then let's see. Then I'll get it in here. Yeah. Just be real careful. Okay. All right. We're getting there. I'm getting there. How about, there we go. I like the Shapes music, man. It's good music. Good tunes on the Shapes. All right, my friend, where are we at? Oh, you're still trying it? Are you still plugging them in? Let's see it. Okay. Yep. I know you gotta fight with it. So if you're not looking, the hint I gave you is, in order to make it work, I just use parentheses. I don't know if they're absolutely mandatory, but if you want to control where the fraction is, you can put a set of parentheses. All right. Yep. Yep. Exactly right. Yeah, so you're right. You can use base 1.09, but what I'm thinking is I'm thinking like, base 1.09 is not the best to put into calculators, although I do think Desmos can handle it. Um, um, yeah, I debated that, scientist, because it's like we could have undone 1.09 to the with the log base 1.09, but I don't know. Is this old school for me to think that like calculators can only handle base 10 and base E? Are professors not as worried about that anymore because we have more capable calculators? I wonder if like the new ones are down with it, but the crusty ones still want base 10 or base E. I'm not sure. Yeah, is there a way to do log? If I do underscore 1.09, will this give me the same answer? Right? Yeah. How about that? Cool. Cool. Yeah, and and Flash, we could talk about this some more, but Scientist made a good point up in the chat. We could have done this problem a different way, where instead of taking the log of both sides, if you look at the bottom, the second row down there, we could have taken the log-based 1.09 of both sides, and you'll notice we get the same answer. So, depending on how this continues to... it's past my bedtime. Yeah, continuing on how this continues to like pop up in your class, we'll see if we want to go with that other route. We might want to, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so there we go. Our logarithm nightmare is temporarily over. Let's see now. What do we got next? Okay. Yeah, you'll know from the professor if is it a he? Yeah, if he likes to if he's team Krusty or team just use the base. Okay. So I think maybe we'll do maybe for tonight we'll do number 2. Or if you want to pick one more on this page for us to do, and then I might have to log out. I might have to log out for tonight. I don't know. I'm feeling a little sleepy. I'm too old. I don't know. All right. Do the quickest one. I mean, we could just do number 2. It's fine. 4 looks fast. Yeah, I mean, we can, I don't know. You pick. I don't think 4 is fast. All right, let's just do number 2. So question number 2 says, and I know it's a little tiny in there. I'll show the zoom. How about that? So you're trying to save to buy a new $150,000 car. Great. You have $35,000 today that can be invested at your bank at 2.1% annual interest. How long will it be before you have enough to buy the car? Okay. This poor person. I mean, not really poor. They have $35,000, which is great, but you're trying to grow $35,000 into $150,000 at 2% annual interest. I think this person's going to have a bad time, but let's try it. So we want, let's figure out what we want. We want the future value to be $150,000. So we're going to put $150,000 in there. Our present value is $35,000. All right. And we're investing 1.21, right? Nope, not 1.21, because 21 would be 21% interest. 1.021 to the T. $150,000 car. Hey, listen. You let me buy a $150,000 car, I'm gonna buy one, right? Yeah, 150,000 will get you a nice loaded Porsche Taycan, which is that's what I would buy with 150,000. Would I? Well, yes. I mean, certainly don't spend 150,000 on a car unless you know exactly what you're doing and if you have money to burn. But all right. So anywho, we got this thing set up. I'm going to tell you one thing. One thing we can do that I was going to do at the beginning, but I wanted to show you is do you notice that like the 150,000 and the 35,000 are being measured in thousands? If we wanted to, we could divide, like before we even start, we could divide both sides of this equation by 1,000. And essentially, dividing by 1,000, since everything's a multiplication problem on the right side anyway, dividing by 1,000 effectively just crosses out 3 of the zeros and gives us something easier to start with. So if we divided both sides by 1,000, then we won't have to write these giant numbers over and over again. We can just do it with 150 and 35. How about that? Right? Not nearly as bad. And I'll just put a little multiply in there. Okay. Great. Great. It looks easier too. So next up, we got to tell the story of what's happening to t. And uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. T is once again in the variable is in the exponent. So that means that we are dealing with an exponential equation. Exponential equation means we got to do some logarithms. Okay? So maybe for this problem, I'll show you the cognitive scientist way, and we'll do it that way. So check this out. T is getting exponented, right? It's getting raised to the, or 1.021 is getting raised to the t power. And then that whole thing is getting multiplied by 35. So if we're going to undo this, then the first thing we need to do is divide both sides by 35. All right, so dividing by 35 undoes the multiplication, and that multiplication was the last thing that happened. So it's the first thing that comes off. All right, so what's that mean? The 35s are going to cancel. Now, I know that 150 and 35, that does simplify, right? Those both are divisible by 5. But I also don't care, because we're just going to put it in a calculator. So I'm going to leave this as the fraction 150 over 35. Okay? Maybe I'm being lazy, but you know what? I'll be lazy. Fine. On the right side, we're going to have 1.021 to the t. All right. And so, Flash, let's do this slightly different. In the last problem, we took the log base 10 of both sides. And like I said, the reason why I'm kind of used to taking the log base 10 is that back... don't yawn. Back in the day, the calculators that we were using could only do log base 10 or log base d. And like scientists said, the Desmos can do any base. So let's do this. Let's actually do the inverse of 1.021 to the t. Let's take, and I know that was a long walk, let's take the log based 1.021 of both sides. And I'll show you why our friend in chat mentioned this. All right, and they mentioned it for a good reason. Over on the left, you'll notice we have the log of yo mama, the log based yo mama of yo mama to the t. So the log based yo mama cancels out yo mama to the. Those are inverses, straight up inverses. So we don't even need to bring the t down. The inverses cancel each other out. They undo each other, and we just end up with yo mama log. We just end up with t. So that's the reason why scientists recommended that, is because we could just straight up get to t. And then on the left side, we just have the log based 1.021 of 150 over 35. And that we can stick into Desmos. Okay, the biggest thing we have to make sure is we have to make sure to format it correctly so that that 1.021 really is down in the subscript. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave that up for a second. Oh, never mind. I'm going to take a picture of it because I can never remember anything. There we go. Okie dokie. All right, so now let's put this bad boy into Desmos. So I'm going to go to Desmos. I'm going to take out the old problem, put in the new problem. So log, and then subscript is that underline, that it's shift hyphen next to the 0 if you want to use the shortcut. Oh, I should zoom in so you can see this. So I did log base 1.021, and then we're going to put in a oop, see, nope, we don't like that. Log based 1.021, and then we'll do parentheses, fraction inside, 150 over 35, right? I'm going to set this thing up. I'm going to wrestle Desmos a little bit. Yeah, you're not going to get 0.64. So double check what you got in here. So you want to wrestle with it so that 1.021 really is in the argument, just like I have it up there. Okay. And by the way, the answer now allows us all to laugh at that poor sap. Remember, that poor person was trying to buy a $150,000 car by starting with $35,000 at 2% interest. Remember what we just solved for. This is the number of years it would take them to save up that money. So it would take them just over 70 years at 2% interest. They ain't getting that car. Okay, so let me erase this and I'll show you. So what I did is I typed in log, and then I did, you know the hyphen button next to the 0? Right, I'm typing it now. That hyphen button. I do shift and the hyphen button. Shift hyphen is the subscript button, and that allows me to type in 1.021. Then I hit the right key to get out of the subscript, then made the fraction, then typed it in. All right, it's not the slickest thing ever, but you know, what are you gonna do, right? But that's what I mean by wrestle with it. And now we got 150 up here and 35 down there. That gets us our 70 years. Okay. All right. Desmos is screaming. Desmos isn't screaming. Desmos can do this for breakfast. No problem. Every day of the week. You have the scientific one. What do you mean? You have the scientific version of Desmos, you mean? Yeah, you should still be able to do this, but yeah, I don't know, man. You gotta use unfiltered Desmos. You go straight to the source. Right, kitty cat? Oh, the kitty cat. The kitty cat right here. While I'm doing the math, she right here behind me. Her name is Hush Puppy. She a good kitty. Right? You a good kitty. Oh, I'm petting her. I'm petting her right now. While you wrestle Desmos, I'm petting a kitty right here. Oh, sweet little kitty cat. Everybody's very good here. Everybody's a good boy / good girl. All right, man. There you go. Yeah, I mean, so the thing is that's why you practice during your homework. Is you practice figuring this out during your homework so that when it comes time for a test, you're not fumbling with Desmos. You can just boom, boom, boom and get it. You know what I mean? You'll get this, man. You'll get this. But Flash, I do think I'm gonna sign out, man. Yeah. I was normally I could go a little bit later, but I was gonna make it kind of an early-ish night tonight. All right, so I think, all right, yeah, man. So we can, I'll be back. Oh, now see now with the hair, that looks like a toupee line. That is not a toupee line, but it looked like one. Okay, so yeah, I'll be back Monday 9 o'clock. We'll do it to it. Flash, remember, if you want one-on-one help, just shoot me that email. And anybody that needs one-on-one help, Joey at everyonelovesmath.com. Shoot me an email, and we'll make up. You didn't send me an email. When did you send it? You did not send me an email. I'll send you my email again, and then we'll make up. I don't know. I don't remember seeing it. Anyhow, we'll connect offline and we'll proton.me. I don't know. Okay. I'll look. But yeah, we'll connect offline and we can do little private sesh. And for everybody else, I'll check you Monday night. All right. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we'll catch y'all later. All right. Good night, Flash. Good night, everybody. Stay classy.